Hello, everyone. We're back. It is Monday. I did things. We're back. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Go do things. All right, there we go. So everyone had a good weekend, a good rest of last week, a good Monday. Hi, Melvin, I guess. Hello, everybody. Thank you to all the mods that were in here first. And thank you to the members that were in here first as well. We have Paul, PL, Jeff, Golden God, No Name. And yeah, I think I got all of y'all over on YouTube and Twitch. We just got started. Twitch is now live too. We're on TikTok as well. Guys, if you are coming in, as you are coming in on TikTok, be sure to be double tapping that screen and sending in your daily heart me.
You're
Pat,
awesome.
please join Polly's Discord in order to know exactly when he's going live. Jose being the first one saying no comment. Well, thank you so much for the €2. I appreciate that so very much. I'm doing good, Moose. I hope you are. Had a good couple of days off. It was so nice. Relaxing, not doing much. Well, that y'all know of. We'll say it that way. Did plenty on my time off. So, there's all of those things. Mike, did you do that on 2 accounts? Well, WU for doing that on 2 accounts. Oh my goodness. Hi, Warren. Hi, Bishop. You kind of were. I actually agree with you. Hey, Joey. Welcome in. That's pretty awesome. Oh, thank you, Shay. Shay, am I saying that right? Shay Sirach? We'll hit you back with that for going the extra mile. Oh, thank you for the bubblegum, Mercy. I missed that. Going the extra step there, Mike. Okay, well, I'm glad that I said that right, Shay. Hey, yo. Positive attitude. Well, thanks, James. I try to just be, I don't know, mostly happy. Sometimes people say things that make me squint sideways, and so it's hard to like keep going on that, you know? So we good. But guys, if we can focus on tippy tapping the screen over on TikTok and clearing out the heart me goal, that will be the best way to do it. That is the best way to do it before we get everything going. Or as we get everything going. Yes, it was great. Honestly, guys, it was such a good one. It was a good amount of time off. It was a great... it was a great unplugging from politics. I don't think you guys know how draining this can be, right? So, hi, Casey. I'm glad you missed me. That's awesome. You should go look in the server, Casey. I got some cool stuff in there, actually, from everything that, I did and whatnot. So, well, not everything, but some posts. Stanley Cup. Well, Jab, he would be rooting for the Ducks. I don't follow hockey, so I could not tell you how that should go. All right, thank you, Moose. I'm glad to know that's working, actually. Really glad to know that that's working. I didn't. Oh, man. Everything that I mess with sometimes just seems to want to mess up a little bit for whatever reason. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted you to do. Perfect. I didn't, Mr. Tim. I don't send any shares out, so couldn't tell you what that's about. TikTok be weird. Well, awesome. Dratchu, is that the name? Is that the right name? Okay. Oh, I realized something. I don't have to. Hi, guys. I didn't have that up. Oops, I was on the wrong one. See how I just like go through like my mental setup there? My bad, guys. Now it's up, and now it's the right thing. Thank you, Jose, again for the €2. Appreciate that. That's why you didn't. Well, you saw it because it was on that screen. Oh, it was so nice, Casey. I maybe got a little bit more sunburn than where I already was, so there's that too. Scott with the 2 Canadian saying, hello, it's been a while. Welcome back, Scott. Go Habs, go. I assume that's another hockey team? I don't know enough about them. Okay. I will say the concert that we went to was in a hockey stadium. So that was cool. I don't know who decided to name the team the name that it received because it's semi an unfortunate name in the year 2026. Well, just for you, I hope so. That's all I got though. Just for Scott. For everyone else, I hope your team wins, okay? And that's what I got. All right. Why did I go what? Don't even know what you're talking about, Kevin. You gotta keep relevant. No one knows what you're saying. All right. Let's see. Vacation is still 2 months out, working bum. Oh, that's a bummer. Just the orientation. Well, actually, Bud, it's also the portrait is sub-only mode, and not the portrait. The landscape is sub-only mode. The portrait is a free-for-all. Ooh, thank you, Neuro, for lighting up the finger hearts. Oh yeah, on TikTok, that's also an important thing to do. Is send in the heart me, tippy tap the screen, and then also try to light up the gift gallery. That really pushes it out to the algorithm. So appreciate that. I didn't go to a hockey game, Kevin. I said I went to a concert that was hosted inside of a hockey stadium. And I was just saying that the team has an unfortunate name. So.
Thanks
sorry.
for the raid.
Arena, stadium, arena. Thank you again, Neuro. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, Aslan. Thank you for the raid. Why didn't I hear that? Oh, well. Maybe because this? I don't know what to do on that one. Oh, no, that needs to be removed. To a concert, Kevin. I don't know how to make it more clear. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't know what's happening. Well, before I hop into politics and the news and what's occurring, yeah, I went to a Bring Me the Horizon concert. So normally I have their album up here, right? Like that's one of the albums that I cycle up behind me. It is signed. I got it signed in 2019. And apparently they're still using, sorry, footage of me. I didn't realize this, right? So this is something you'll have to go look at, Casey, is that somehow or for some reason, so Bring Me the Horizon does a video montage before they do their encore, right? Which obviously you guys should know in concerts, encores are planned. And in their video montage going back however long, and it's videos of crowds, videos of them performing, videos, snippets of their older videos. Um, well, I'm actually in their video montage from 2019. The first time that I saw them, I got a signed vinyl with my name on it. So, and I'm also in there. Oh no, that's not going to work at all. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
I am 15.
I do thank you for calling in, but I can't have you on the stream. Sorry, I do have to hang up. Yeah, that's not can't do that. You do have to be 18 or older to be on the live. I do appreciate you though. Yeah, so hi Olive. That's just something that was pretty cool, I think. I had to go back and find it. Yeah, everything's on YouTube now. Ooh, thank you for the corgi. Which one was the other one that I missed? Oh, thank you for the girl power. That's awesome. Okay, on to politics real quick, guys. All right. So lots happened in the times that I've been off, right? We had, which state was it? Louisiana? Okay, I don't remember. One state sued about mifepristone being mailed, right? And the Supreme Court temporarily overturned it and then they've extended it, right? So being like, yeah, this, you can't do a nationwide injunction on this, at least temporarily. Oh, thank you for the DJ cat. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Um, and so they've extended that out again today for an additional amount of time while they wait for it to cycle through the courts. But either way, like it's going to be similar to how everyone's upset when, or they were upset, the Supreme Court was upset about lower courts issuing nationwide injunctions when it came to Trump's executive orders or deportations and stuff like that, right? Why is this any different? Ooh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. And hey, Dolphin. Sorry, I'm struggling today. Oh goodness. So that happened, and then just before I went live today, about an hour ago. So as of an hour ago, right now, the Supreme Court removed the, what's the word for this? There is a word for this. So there was a halt on Alabama, um, a judicial order over Alabama that prevented them from mid-decade redistricting, and they went they went and appealed to the Supreme Court to overturn that judicial order, citing their gutting of the Voter Rights Act, right? And the Supreme Court said, sure, we'll remove the stay. Well, technically, they kicked it back down to the lower courts to re-review it under appeal. And it's just dumb, but that's my opinion. What else is new? I think it's ridiculous that one order, which really only affected the state of Louisiana at the time, or required Louisiana to redraw their congressional maps, is now causing other states, especially states that have already had their primaries, to redistrict everything. Oh, that's new. I don't think I have that set. I'm going to have to check that. What's happening? Sorry, I'm checking something. Oh, I think Potato's making a joke, Aslan. They normally do. No one understands that. Okay. So we have that. As other people saw, if you were already on my TikTok, I hope you guys went and watched my latest TikTok video. It will be up on YouTube on Wednesday. But they just can't keep on track with what they're doing, right? So if we look at we'll take one example. I'm not even going to go over what the video details were. But if we look at Iran, they are not on the same page on what's happening over there ever. It's we're winning, we're not winning, we're still working this, the strait is open, the strait is closed, the strait is open, the strait is closed. We have a deal and they're going to sign it, but we don't have a deal and they haven't signed it. And we're disappointed in what we offered them in a one-page memo that was supposed to be a peace offer or peace deal in a singular page. I don't understand how this works. It and it just keeps continuing. Mind you, this started on February 28th, right? February 28th. It is now May 11th, and none of it's happening. We're still over there. We're still, well, we fired upon their boats, supposedly in response to them firing on our boats. Fine. I understand that if it's in retaliation, that's cool, right? Understandable to a degree. Maybe we shouldn't be out there. We'll just put that on there. Okay? Maybe we should no longer be over there. Maybe we should follow Donald Trump's letter that he sent to Congress at his 60-day deadline that said, it's over, we're done, we've completed everything there. Okay, so bring back the troops because that's how that's supposed to go. You're supposed to bring the troops home when that occurs. And yet we're not. It's quite weird, right? Let's see. There are a couple of other things that we can go over. I'm going to borrow some stuff. Oh, actually, I plan on doing an outlook on this. Oh, no. Why did this not work? Hold on. What did I type in to get there? Do you guys ever like load a website and then there we go. That's what it was. Okay. And then this. All right, so we're going to modify this together while no one's calling in. We'll just go over the news, okay? So I want to go over the jobs report a little bit. And so this is a table directly from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'm going to modify this just to this term. Now we're going to hit go. Now we're going to see different, all right? We haven't really, and this is in thousands, right? So this is negative 48,000, then that's 42. Oh, someone is calling. Thank you for calling the
Hello.
stream.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you? Okay, bye. Anyways, so these are in thousands, so just remember that, right? And then it says, of course, preliminary here next to March and April's numbers because these are always being revised. So even in February, the numbers were revised additionally down, and then technically March was revised up a little bit according to the full BLS report from Thursday. However, it still resulted in a net loss of 16,000 jobs. So it's not anything higher, right? It didn't actually go up any higher between the two. And so what we see here is in the year of 2025, the United States added a total of 181,000 jobs. Not a lot, right? And so far right now, according to 2026 data, we're above that. That's true. That's absolutely true. We are above 2025. So that's decent. But if you actually look further and you pull up the full report from BLS on the jobs, according to them, isn't this going to be interesting? We've lost. I just want to remind everybody that according to Trump and all of the MAGA, that tariffs are bringing back jobs. Oh, except it's not. Employment in transportation and warehousing is down by 105,000 jobs since reaching a peak in February of 2025. Ooh. We're not doing great. We are losing all of the jobs. Which again, still not that bad. And here's what I'll tell you why it's not that bad. While that is 105,000 now, it was only 98,000 by the end of the year. So only an additional 7,000. Still a lot though. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hello. I have a few questions to ask you, okay?
How old are you?
18.
You're not. I don't appreciate children lying. Kids don't call in. I don't know why you do that. Stop calling strange numbers on the internet. Ooh. Hey, Nikwan. Yell at them for me. It's cool. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the BLS data report. Okay. So we all know that the Bureau of Labor Statistics continues to modify their data over time. Hey, Manny. And so basically, the jobs that really saw any addition were about the standard at this point. So healthcare, normal, and retail. That's it. Healthcare and retail. For as long as we have stores. There's still been more stores that are announcing that they're closing. There have been some stores surprisingly making their way to come back into having a storefront. And it's pretty cool. Somewhat. You know what I mean? Thank you, Naquan. Guys over on TikTok, if we can go ahead and complete the live gift goal, and then also let's focus on the gift gallery. That would be great. All right. I'm going to borrow. Can I not? Yeah, there we go. Borrow some shared information. Where is the top? My brain is scrolling by things. Here we go.
You think the combat op.
I hate when I hit play and it just or click on it, it automatically starts playing it. But let's watch this for a second. This is about Iran.
So is it accurate to say you think the combat operations are over and done, but there
No,
may
I
be...
didn't say that. I said they are defeated, but that doesn't mean they're done. We could go in for 2 more weeks and do every single target. We have certain targets that we wanted to, and we've done probably 70% of them. But we have other targets that we could conceivably hit. But even if we didn't do that, that would just be final touches. But even if we didn't do that, it would take them many years to rebuild.
So is it accurate to say you think the combat operations are...
It's done, guys. But, we still need more time to do everything that we want to do there. It's done. And for everyone that gets like mad at me, actually, this is a funny. Okay, this one is just for a funny for everyone that gets mad at me for the way that I say Iran. Sorry, I roll my R's.
Dorothy Fink and Dr. Alex Adams, and you'll speak not too long because I am
Oh, I
being
think these are
waited
not
on
it.
by a large group of generals, and that's also important, you know, having to do
it is. Well, sir-
having to do with the absolutely lovely country of Iran. That's
All
the
right.
way they
Well,
pronounce
we
it.
will get started then.
Okay.
He's still saying it wrong with the I, the emphasis on the I. But because it's Iran, just saying that, right? But it's cool. Everyone wants to get mad at me for saying it correctly and rolling my R's. I can't. It's actually difficult. Again, I've explained this to not roll my R's. W Capo for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate that so much. If you received a membership from Capo, be sure to say thank you to him. We appreciate that. And guys, if you want to make sure that I read your comments over on YouTube, be sure to send a super chat. That's the only way to guarantee that I will read and respond to your comment. If you are just sending one to insult me, I will not read it for less than $5. So do what you got to do, my guy. But it's the way to keep supporting me to continue to do this for 2 hours, about 4 or 5 days a week. I also have pay links direct for Cash App and Venmo. That is probably the best way to support me. But I will take everything that you can give me on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. It just continues to allow me to take the time to continue to do this every day. Well, not every day. I only do it for about 2 to 3 hours at most during the week, so. Oh, I don't intend to apologize for it, Aslan. I'm just pointing out how people get so upset. Okay. There was a couple of other things. Again, we're just waiting on Trump supporters to want to call in, but if they don't want to, it's okay. Oh, what is our rolling back to? Oh, thank you for calling the stream. Hello. Okay, bye. Is that still coming through? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. There was a couple of things. Let's see. Hi, how are you? Hello.
6-7.
Okay, good job. Thank you for calling the stream. Okie dokie. Yeah, they don't. It's okay. I don't mind just going through some things. Again, I missed a lot in the news recently because I was off. It's cool. But I know you guys like videos, which is why I'm trying to roll through some on what's going on. And you guys like Bibi Netanyahu, right? I think. Well, Bibi thinks that he is running
the war
show.
with Iran over?
I just want you guys to know Bibi Netanyahu in Israel thinks that he's running the show. So we'll put that up here for you guys. 1 second. Thank you for calling the stream.
Nigger.
Congratulations for being a gross person.
This map is the war.
Did not mean to restart it. I'm used to videos restarting themselves. So my bad on that one. Yeah, not going to give a timetable on it. Also, just he's the one that gets to decide. It's not until they have no nuclear material. Fine, whatever. I can understand that, but I thought it was obliterated. But what does Donald Trump say? I know he's been very upset about the war, right? Very upset that he offered them a peace deal and they didn't take it. So let's get caught up on some of this. All right. So this happened yesterday, right? Sometime in the afternoon, well, in the morning, the United States sent over a proposal to Iran. And Iran said that they were considering it, and then they responded, right? And Trump was not happy with their response at all. Fine, whatever, you know, you do you, boo-boo. And he was very upset, out and out called it unacceptable. It was unacceptable, their response to his peace deal. His peace plan, I should say. It's not a deal because he has nothing to go by. There we go. Yeah, he called it unacceptable. And mind you, like they have, their social media is working overtime. So this picture, and this is a picture from Tehran, is just showing that the IRGC somehow, in their opinion, is holding a grip over the Strait of Hormuz. That's what this is supposed to represent. Right? But yeah. Unacceptable, their peace proposal that he said, right? That his conflict that was only supposed to last 4 or 5 weeks at most, we're now in week 11. It's so great. It's so great. They released their response on Sunday, focused on ending the war on all fronts, but especially with Lebanon. And they wanted to, this is what the Iran said, which I might open. No, that's a different one that links to. Shipping through the blockaded Strait of Hormuz, and this is what they said on their state-run media. Not saying they're a believable source, but that it's what they said. Trump dismissed it immediately, said, don't like it, totally unacceptable. Of course, he wrote it on his failing Truth Social. I hope nobody here invested in Truth Social, by the way. It's not doing well. Let's see, oil prices rose, of course, during all of this. Oh, also, this kind of ties into it, actually. So when we're talking about oil, are you guys familiar with the company or the company that runs the oil for Saudi Arabia? Well, they're called Aramco, Saudi Aramco. Well, they're showing huge profits for quarter one. $33.6 billion USD in profits is what they're saying. Because of how much this has increased the price of gas, which we can actually look up where we're at price per barrel. I think it is a little bit down right now. Yeah, we're at $98 right now. I do like going to 6 months, and then I like going to 1 month. But yeah, we're at $98 in crude oil per barrel right now. And as a result of the crude oil barrel prices, Saudi Arabia is making a shit ton of money. And guess who else is making a shit ton of money? Russia. they had their sanctions lifted by Donald J. Trump. Oh, also, let's not forget, of course, Iran, who made $14 trillion, I think it was. No, it might have just been billion with the B. $14 billion. Or is it trillion? Let's see. Oh, no, billion with the B. So yeah, I was correct originally. Billion with the B. Off of their oil sales. Oopsie. We're doing great, right? And I just want to remind everybody that you guys complained about the JCPOA and Obama giving them $1.3 billion of their own money back, and Donald Trump's made them more money. And technically sanctioned it too because he removed the sanctions. Yeah, we're doing great right now. I can promise you that we're doing so great, fantastic, and giving them money to help them continuing with their war. All right, guys, let me see here. Okay. Really quickly, I'll be right back on YouTube. Where's my mouse? And by the way, if you support Donald Trump, feel free to call the number. I will answer and talk to you. You do have to be over the age of 18. Oh, hold on. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I was expecting something else. Call back. My bad on that one. Thank you for calling the stream. I didn't mean to hang up on you. Hi, how old are you?
I'm in my 40s. Thanks. Yeah, you had me thinking. I'm like, what did I say wrong?
No, I'm used to people coming out talking that quickly with saying other bad things. All right.
No, that's not me.
Oh, that's good. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I mean, to be honest with you, he's the only one we can support right now because I'm still waiting for the left to give us a candidate. I mean, look, I have no dog in this fight. I mean, I would like somebody to represent this country. And the problem is right now, I'm hearing a lot of like, you know, I don't know. It's not like a witch hunt per se, but it just feels like a witch hunt, and like kind of not like cheating, but trying to like force feed the narrative of like districts in order for the maps to work out in certain favors. So my thing is, if that doesn't work, and the witch hunt doesn't work from the Epstein files, which the files have been released, and the last time I checked, the guy who released it is the guy that is, I guess, having the witch hunt put on. So I'm just trying to figure out, when is it that we're going to have a policy-based party that's going to finally have a plan? Because as of right now, I haven't heard of policy. I haven't heard a plan. And we really haven't had any type of like candidates from the left. Like I keep hearing Gavin Newsom and AOC, Omar, and Jasmine Crockett's out the picture now. Hakeem Jeffries is like, you know, Team Obama. So my thing is like, I want to take both sides seriously because both sides need to be heard. I don't like the fact that it's a two-base party, but it is what it is. Until the independent party starts stepping up to the plate, it is what it is. Now, I'm not trying to like pick sides, but damn, it's like I keep hearing people picking sides left and right, and it's like rightfully so. But I don't know, the analogy I want to use, and I'm not trying to be long-winded here, but it's like if you go into a heavyweight fight and you're going into a weigh-in, you're going to have two guys go into a weigh-in. But my thing is, we only have one person going into the weigh-in, and we have the hype crew of the other person going in, but no person to weigh in. So when is the left going to have a true candidate to step up to the plate and say, hey, this guy can run against this guy? Because I haven't heard that yet.
Okay. Well, for one, we're in the year 2026. The next presidential election isn't until 2028. Until after the midterms, we're not going to know who is going to consider running for the office of the president for 2028. We might not even know until mid 2027.
It's
So
usually
you
around a
ask,
2-year
stop,
term.
pause, pause. Thank you. You did a lot of talking. I'm trying to respond to things. Okay. It's even silly that you brought up Ilhan Omar. She can't run for the office of the presidency. She's an immigrant. She wasn't born in the United States.
I
So
get that, but she's representing a U.S. state.
you were talking about candidates to support. Also, you don't have to support the president, like the person that sits in the office of the president. That's why I do the show. I don't, right? I didn't even support Joe Biden, okay? You don't have to support the person that sits in the office of the president as long as you still support the United States as a whole. Do you understand that concept?
That's what I'm trying to preach to everybody out there.
No, you're not, because you're already saying
What a-
like, well, the left hasn't given me somebody. Why don't you start at grassroots then? Work in your local community. Work with the DNC in your local community or
That's what
the
I'm talking about for the
DSA.
left. Start preaching out there and put a name out there.
I'm talking to you right now. You want
Why do
to
you need to
see,
talk to me? Talk to the left. That's the ones that have a problem having a face to represent.
sir, if
the party.
you, sir, for one, you talked for 2 minutes without me interrupting you. Why do you need to interrupt me every 5 seconds?
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Thank you. Okay. I'm telling you, if you want to start seeing candidates that you feel like you can get behind or legislation that you feel like you can get behind, then you need to start grassroots at home. You need to go to your local DNC. You need to go to your local DSA if you're a Democratic Socialist. I don't know. But you need to go there and find them yourself, right? Or maybe stop focusing on the big names that you can remember off the top of your head because you're not looking in the right places then, right?
Well, I was looking at the midterms, and the midterms were trying to put out new names, but unfortunately, the midterms didn't work out in the benefit of the Democratic Party. But my thing
The
is,
midterms haven't happened yet. What are you talking about?
well, I mean, whatever just passed by with Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana.
That's not the midterms. Stay on point.
What is that? Educate me, please.
Let's
Educate
try
me.
this.
What was that?
Let's try this really
Because
quickly.
everybody's making a big deal about it, but now all of a sudden it's not a big deal.
You're doing great. And not interrupting me. What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
Florida. Great. What's your congressional district?
My congressional district is, man, I want to say 10 minutes away from here, probably.
No.
Hello?
What is the number of your congressional district? What district are you in Florida? District what? It goes from 1 through, do you know how many congressional districts there are even in Florida?
Well, I mean, I got to find the one that Byron Allen represents, more or less, probably.
So you don't even know what congressional district you are. Do you even know when the primaries are for Florida?
Well, educate me, please. You
No,
can
I'm
have a lot of
asking
people
you.
be educated that can work in your favor.
I'm
Educate me,
asking
please.
you, do you even know? This is a yes or no. Do you even know when your date is?
If I'm saying educate me, that means I'm claiming naive. So I don't know. Educate me, please.
August 18th.
Am I wrong for asking that?
I don't know why you can't say, I don't know, please tell me. Or just
I
say
just
no.
said that, but
Because
you're making it seem like it's wrong for me to say I don't know.
you didn't say that though. That was the thing.
I just did.
When I
I said
asked
it
you,
twice.
when I asked you a binary question, which is a yes or no question, you went with educate me. That's not yes or no or telling me that you don't know.
Well, that means
A
that
lot
I
of
don't know. If
people,
I'm saying educate me, I'm not going to act all
ya
like
tú
arrogant
sabes.
because I
Can you
don't
stop?
know. Hello?
Cool your jets, bro.
I'm not doing anything. Hello?
You keep interrupting me.
I'm trying to not interrupt, but if I am, I apologize. I keep hearing dead air for a second.
No, you're interrupting me in the middle of me speaking more often than not.
Okay. All right. Well, continue
Cool.
with your point. Sorry.
Yeah. So you said, who did you think your congressional representative was in the House?
I keep hearing Byron Allen around here.
It's not even a name on the
Byron Donald. Sorry, Byron Donald. Hello?
Byron. Yeah, nope. Donald.
Who is it then?
I don't know because you won't tell me.
Okay, well, long story short, I should start educating myself. Great. But if I'm not the only one, that's the problem. Don't try to single me out when it's a big problem more than just me not knowing.
No,
it just seems like
the
a lot
problem
of people.
the problem is when you say they're not putting people up that I would want to vote for, and you don't know what congressional district you are, who's even running, or I'm sure if I gave
Okay,
you
well,
names,
maybe
because
this
I
is the
finally
time to
did.
start doing that. Maybe that's the time for everybody to start getting educated as opposed to going after a witch hunt that's not working.
What's the witch hunt?
I'm just, man, like I said, it's just, everything about look, I hate war, and this war should not be going on. But to pinpoint this on now in this administration, when this has been going on ever since Wesley Clark said it when 9/11 happened, that just, that's something you guys need to educate yourselves on. So this war has been going on way
Had
before
zero,
this presidency.
sir. Yeah, if you want to call it a war that's been going on, go back to 1953 when our CIA, joint with the United Kingdom's MI6, overthrew the democratically elected leader of Iran. Go back to there and the number of people that it ended up killing because of the Shah, what the Shah did to try to get in.
And then he was exiled, and now his son's trying to get back. That I do.
Okay, that's it. Okay, catch a bubble. All right. For one, I'm not singling you out. You called me talking about you needing people that spoke to you in some way that made, the left's not putting up anybody that I would want to vote for. I want to see the agendas. I want to see this. It is May 11th. Your primaries are on August 18th. You don't even know what congressional district you live in the state of Florida. And J-Rez, I'm quite tired of your bullshit right now, or Ya Tu Sabes, or whatever your name is over on TikTok. Thank you for calling in. But you're fucking ridiculous with the number of times that you interrupt me every 2 words. I can't even get a sentence out, right? You need to learn some self-control, all right? So you are in District 19. Perhaps you should utilize that information, District 19 in Florida, and now go look up who is running in there. And I encourage you, I doubt you will, but I encourage you to go to every single one of the candidates in District 19 of Florida's campaign website. Look at each and every one of them. You can even find how much money every single candidate has made. Florida reports on that information, but I promise you, you won't do it because you are, I'm sorry to say it, actually, I'm not sorry to say it, you're lazy. It is quite clear now, you're calling to yell at me about what? And then you pull the same line of, it's been going on since before 9/11. Iran was not responsible for the terrorist attack on 9/11 that occurred all across the United States. They weren't responsible for it. The majority of the people that caused 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia. So why aren't you talking about the fact that we just had the Saudi prince in the White House? Why aren't you talking about that? The people that were technically actually responsible for what occurred on 9/11. You're not upset about them being in the White House, but you're so upset, or you want to make it so that 9/11 was now perpetrated by Iran, and that's not true. We are what caused everything that's occurring right now in 1953. Or the fact that we kidnapped people and we actually, oh my God, I gotta find that again and go over it. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let's see if I can find that real quick. I don't know if I can. I do go through a lot. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go to my page. Where is my watch history? Are you going to look up your candidates? Have you looked them up yet?
Well, you said what? District 9, right?
Yeah. Have you looked up your candidates?
It's like a movie, ain't it? The alien movie?
I would ask this question, but I already know the answer. So you haven't looked it up yet? Is that what I'm
on the phone with you.
Oh, you're.
I mean, when I get off the phone, I'll do that, but I'm trying to be respectful to you. I don't want to, multitask
Sir,
while I'm on the phone.
yelling at into the phone the
I'm not
entire
yelling
time.
at nobody. Maybe it's because I got the mic on high, but that's the way I talk. I'm sorry. Can't control that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, at least you're having the dialogue with me and you're not hanging up. That I appreciate.
Yep. So what congressional district did I tell you were in?
You said 9 or 19, right?
Yeah. Okay. Just making
Yes.
sure. He's like, yes, I got
Okay.
it.
So at least we got that taken care of.
Here we go.
And
This
I'll do
is
my
what I
homework
wanted.
on that.
Okay, good.
I will do my homework on that.
Cool. I'm going to play this real quick. Let me make sure that this is on. Okay, there we go. Turn down the volume just a little bit. Why are you not playing sound? Oh, I have this muted. That would be helpful.
You notice what he said about Maduro? He said, a lawless president. His words. Am I being dishonest? Is that what you said? A lawless president.
Not with reference to Trump.
But you said a lawless president would have just killed him. That's funny, because what did we do in Iran on day one of that war? We killed the leader of Iran. So by Michael's definition, Donald Trump is a lawless president. He went to war in Iran without congressional approval, without a UN Security Council resolution, as we've already discussed. He went to war in Venezuela without a congressional approval or a UN Security Council resolution. The idea that he did it because the guy's a drug trafficker is hilarious. I'm no defender of Maduro. Let's see what the court says. But he pardoned another Latin American head of government who was in American prison for cocaine trafficking into the US. He pardoned him. So real consistency there when it comes to drug trafficking. As for Nigeria, number one, it's not a genocide of Christians. The First Lady of Nigeria is a Christian. The Defense Minister is a Christian. Terrorist groups like ISIS in Nigeria and Boko Haram kill Muslims and Christians alike. It's a horrific violence, but it's not a Christian genocide. No one actually believes that. And even if it was, that's not the debate. The debate is, did he have the legal right to bomb Nigeria, or did he have to go to Congress, which he did not. He never goes to Congress. Let's take a step back here. Let's get out of the weeds here. What is the common thread tonight? It's not about just migrants or free speech or students or wars. It is about a president who doesn't just test the limit of the law, he puts himself above the law. Donald Trump doesn't recognize congressional restrictions. He doesn't recognize Supreme Court restrictions. Michael doesn't want to talk about a 9-0 Supreme Court ruling saying you got to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And Trump says to an ABC reporter, I could, but I'm not going to. No president has done that before. You want to play whataboutism? And it is whataboutism. Tell me, which president said after a 9-0 ruling, yeah, I'm not going to do it. There hasn't been one. It's only Donald Trump who does this when it comes to war, when it comes to migration, when it comes to Supreme Court. That is why we're saying he does not uphold the Constitution, because the evidence is clear. And if Trump were here tonight, he'd probably say, yeah, you're right.
It wasn't the video I was looking for, but how do you feel about him violating the Constitution?
Did you have a video on?
Yes, but how did you feel about Donald Trump violating the Constitution? How do you feel about that?
I couldn't hear anything that you just played. You just played a video?
That's fine. I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about Donald Trump violating the Constitution?
Oh, man. It's a tough one, man, because at the end of the day, like, I need to be, like, educated on what did he do and violate to the Constitution. I think you played a video that I couldn't hear. I heard that. Hello?
No, that's fine. Cool. Okay. Donald Trump is actively violating the Constitution right now by doing war strikes or military strikes on Iran, sir. That's a blatant violation of the Constitution. Do you not know who has the power to declare war or authorize military strikes? Or how long the president had... The commander-in-chief has the ability to declare war on another country.
Well, is it what? So it's not. Is it the Department of Justice or the Defense Ministry? I mean, if you're telling me no and no, I mean, I don't know what other choice I have to say. I mean,
that's interesting.
The Department of Defense, Department of Justice, potato, tomato. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's not them two, and it's not the president. Yeah, I mean, if it's not them and it's not the president, then, I mean, it's process by elimination, right?
What are the three branches of government?
Oh man, we did this the other day. It was federal, judicial. It's not civil, is it? Man, they said this last week, man. I think I flunked it then too. Did I get 2 out of the 3 right at least?
Nope.
Damn it. Oh, I think that's when I went to jury duty. It was civil, criminal, and judicial. All right, well, educate me again. What are the 3?
You literally just listed the two parts that make up the judicial branch of government. You didn't even.
Oh, so I did good.
No, you did not. I said, what are the three
Oh, come
branches
on.
of government? Judicial is one of them. That's the only one you have right. And then you said civil and criminal. And those are the 2 types of courts that you can go into. Well, there's more.
Okay. So
but
what are the other 2? So if I got 1 right, where are the other 2?
executive and legislative.
Executive and legislative. Okay. So what? Did they decide who goes to war?
Who?
The 3 branches you just mentioned
There's 1 out of 3.
that tell you if it's okay to go to war or not?
Yeah, there's 1 out of 3. Which
How the hell does that work?
one determines that? 1 out of the 3 was designated the power to declare war.
Oh, so you're asking me which one out of those 3 is what you're asking me?
Yes.
Well, hell if I know. I didn't even know all 3. Which one is it?
The legislative branch.
Can
Can you
branch.
can
Gives
you
me okay.
guess what the legislative branch is?
No, tell me.
You have no guesses?
I mean, give me options. And I'll make a guess.
Oh, this is the first time that
Yeah.
somebody's asked me for multiple choice on this one. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like I said, man,
No,
I'm
sorry, that makes it hard for
educating
me to come up with a multiple choice response to that one.
But you get my point, though, right? It's like,
No.
okay, you're giving me 3 options of something that can pretty much determine whether we go to war or not, but the president doesn't have say.
No.
Am I far off?
The president is the executive branch of government.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then he does have power in
No.
some way.
I said it was the legislative branch that has power. I was just
And you
letting
said
you
he's
know
what?
what the other branch. Executive.
And what does Trump represent out of those 3?
Executive.
And you said it was legislative because you okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, they never talked about it at least? I mean, I would think they talked about it.
No. It was never approved.
Okay, so what's the Gang of 8? Did I get that right? There's a such thing as a Gang of 8?
No.
What is it called then?
What's what
When
called?
you have 4 members of the left and 4 members of the right that determine whether or not, you can have okay or permission to go into war. Like, I guess they said something, or Rubio had made an attempt to reach the Gang of 8 to let them know what they were going to do ahead of time.
Are you talking about the legislative committee?
Yeah. What do they call them though? They have like a nickname for it.
It's literally just the committee. Oh gosh, they don't know if they have a nickname. That's weird.
Yeah, I think they call them the Gang of 8. I might be wrong. I've been wrong the whole time, but
Now I'm curious.
I think Schumer and Jeffries are part of it.
Let's see.
Yeah, because if Schumer and Jeffries gave the okay, then I guess they knew ahead of time.
Yeah, so apparently that is a name for it. It's just very weird that I've heard it said that.
Yeah. Booyah! I got one.
You did. You got one. Congratulations. Gold star for you. So it is the top 4 congressional leaders and chairs, the ranking members of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees.
Okay, so if they said no,
No
they
one
would
gave
still
the okay. No one gave the okay.
So it's pretty much the same equivalent of when Obama didn't get the okay and he went into Syria in 2013 or 2011.
Syria was approved by the ATUM. It was
Who
something
the
that
hell are
was
they?
approved on September 13th, 2001, after 9/11 occurred, that gave the president temporary powers to specifically go after anyone that was ISIS or was harboring someone with ISIS, or any members of the groups that carried out 9/11.
So why that doesn't apply now? Because it was temporary, like you said, with them?
Iran had nothing to do with 9/11.
Okay, so the liberation aspect of this, no one's buying it, right? That's what you're saying? That we didn't go in there for liberation, that we went in there for oil is basically what you're saying?
I didn't say that we're going in there for oil. We're just going in there for fake WMDs.
So I don't understand if it's fake, if they develop more than enough uranium to develop, what was it, like 10 nukes they said they had enough uranium?
No,
And
they have
confirmed
enough
it?
to make. They have enough to make a couple dirty bombs, but nothing to make an actual nuclear weapon. That requires 90% enrichment. They don't have
That's
that.
not what I heard. I heard they had like 75% enriched on MS Now News, and there was an exclusive interview with the defense ministry of Iran, who pretty much was bragging
Yeah.
about having 70% and 11 nukes developed.
Nope. They only have 90. Sorry, they only have 60% enrichment, and you have to be 90% to have actual nuclear weapons.
I don't know. I think you might want to fact check that too. I think they have 70 and they have enough to make 10 nukes. And they came out of their mouth.
Again, even if they have 70%, even if we go with your hypothetical here, it requires 90% to have a full nuclear weapon. Otherwise, it's just a dirty bomb.
Interesting. So you don't think they can have a developmental power boost to get that 20% to 90? You don't think that can happen?
No, they don't have the centrifuges for it. Hello, their facilities were obliterated by Donald Trump in June last year.
Okay, so end game story. This war ends before or after the election?
Which election?
Okay, so this is where I get confused. I just know one election 2 years from now. You're telling me there's more elections?
How old are you again?
I'm in my mid-40s. I got some catching up to do. Because you said elections, that's plural, right?
Yeah, do elections stop after 2028?
I mean, have they started before 2028 is my question.
Did you not vote in 2024?
The last time I voted, to be honest with you, was for Obama.
Obama had 100% of the vote. So did you not vote in 2024?
Like I said, the last time I voted for Obama, how long ago was that?
I don't know. He campaigned for
on.
2 presidencies, so it could have been 2008 or 2012. Which one did you vote in?
I want to say it was 2008.
Okay, so then elections are plural, right? Because they didn't stop
No, I'm
after
talking about-
2008.
Yeah, but before 2008, we're in 2026. You're saying there's more elections between now and 2028? No, right? There's just one.
How
said the
did I
midterms
just
don't count.
ask you about primary elections and you didn't know about that? Yeah, no, the midterms don't
Okay, well,
count for
okay.
the presidency. They count for the legislative
House
branch
seats.
of
Yeah.
no, more than just
For
the
the
House.
seats, right?
More than just the House, the legislative branch of Congress.
Okay, so as far as that's going, how's that working out? Who has more seats as of right now?
Right now, because the midterm hasn't occurred, the Republicans have a very slim majority.
Okay. So do you think that maybe that might be the issue? Like, instead of like Trump derangement syndrome, there might be a lot of like sore loser syndrome as opposed to that? Because
No, I think
It's not
most
really
people just
working.
have TDSS.
that's a new, okay.
Or we can just
But
go
yeah,
with
man.
TDS and it's just, what is that? There was another word for it instead of derangement. It's, I don't know, but you guys are obsessed with it. Yeah. So
But
TDSS
look,
is
look.
Trump dick sucking syndrome.
Oh God, here we go. Hey, but
I'm not
all
saying
right, listen, look.
you have it. I'm just saying that that's what that would stand for.
All right, man. I mean, to each their own, man. You guys do what you
Oh,
want to do when it
Trump
comes to that.
devotion syndrome. Thank you. That's what
Devotion
TDS stands
syndrome.
for. Yeah, devotion. Do you know how many people I've had where they've legitimately disagreed with Donald Trump? Like they've said that they disagree with him on something. And I'm like, cool. He's violating X, Y, and Z that is in line with what you just said you would disagree with him about. Admonish him. And they refuse to pull together or string together a full sentence, right? Saying, I don't support Trump doing X, Y, and Z, or Trump made a mistake and should apologize for bombing a schoolgirl in Iran, right? Like they can't pull together that sentence, even though they say that they disagree with him on aspects. Yes, it's absolutely Trump devotion syndrome when they agree with me on something that Trump has done wrong, and yet they won't admonish him or rebuke him for doing that act that they've agreed is wrong. It is absolutely Trump devotion syndrome. They will not put a full sentence with his name in it. Multiple times.
Well, I mean, look, before I get off, because I know I've been on here for a while and I appreciate you having me on. You and Polly do a lot of good work out there, regardless of our differences. Like I said, I had no dog in this fight. But from me looking out to the rearview mirror and seeing both sides going at it like this, it makes me realize that whoever I vote for really doesn't matter the way this, this type of behavior keeps acting on.
If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be working so hard to disenfranchise voters.
Well, look, my thing is, we got 2 more years. If nothing happens between now and 2 more years, I mean, the last time somebody got impeached was Nixon, correct?
No, it was Trump.
So,
Nixon never had a full impeachment, and neither did Trump. Literally, the last person that had articles of impeachment voted on was Donald J. Trump.
Okay, well, he's still the president, and he's, I guess, the next 2 years going to be president. My thing is, what's the policy? What's the plan for the party moving the next 2 years?
I don't know. I'm not a part of a party. I'm not
Well, I mean,
you guys. So
I'm not trying to
again, I
single
don't
you out
know.
or affiliate you with that. I'm not trying to affiliate you, but my question to the left is get a face out there that we can relate to. Because I mean, as of right now, it's just this gotcha journalism stuff. It's not working. It's not.
Yet you can't think of one person that you relate to. So.
Well, I mean, give me names. All I'm hearing is witch hunts. Give me names.
Why don't you're the one that has, sir, you are the one that says you have to have someone to relate to. So you're the one that has to find them. I am not responsible for giving you names.
Well, I mean, you're on the internet all the time, just like everybody else promoting politics.
I already
talk, right?
told you.
You do political.
Okay. I already told you what district you're in Florida. Go look up the candidates. There's this cool website called Ballotpedia. It will show you every single candidate that's running in your state for the House seat and for the Senate seat. Maybe for senator, you can relate with Angie Nixon. She is campaigning for U.S. Senate seat to represent the state of Florida against Ashley Moody, who replaced Marco Rubio in the Senate. Maybe you need to do that, okay? Go look up Angie Nixon. She's pretty cool. Maybe you'll relate to her in the fact that she is calling out the Florida state legislator for illegally redistricting the state of Florida, directly violating the Florida state constitution because of fucking Ron DeSantis.
Kind of like Virginia,
so why don't you go look up that? No, they voted on it. So that's still incorrect. Oh my gosh. No, the difference is in the actual Constitution of the state of Florida, it explicitly states that partisan gerrymandering is prohibited in the state of Florida, and yet Ron DeSantis just passed a map that was partisanly gerrymandered on purpose, not racially, partially. Partisanly. The state of Florida
cannot redraw their maps in order for the benefit of one party or the disenfranchisement of another. It uses those exact terms in the state constitution in the state of Florida. This has nothing to do with your red herring of throwing out Virginia. Stay on topic.
I'm just
So
saying,
why
I
don't
mean,
you look up Angie Nixon, who is running for U.S. Senate to represent the state of Florida, and she's the only one that's speaking out about the fact that Florida is trying to illegally gerrymander the state of Florida, violating their own state constitution. And you said you were leaving,
okay,
so
I'll
go
do
do
that.
that. Go do
I'll do
research.
that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that. Everybody else in the U.S., you do the same. Look up your district too. That way we can all be equal, just not Florida being labeled as the problem here. I don't know. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Everybody have a good night.
Okay, bye.
I'm the one that had to tell him what his district was. Oy. Okay. Anyways, well, I did mute him, Aslan, because he wasn't answering questions. Let's drain the reflection pool and fill it with Cadbury eggs. That'd actually be kind of funny, real mind. Thank you so much. 1 second. Thank you for calling the stream.
Oh, please don't hang up.
Nope, I can already tell you're underage, and you started off with please don't hang up. Sorry. Kid, ask it from the comments or something. Bongo, thank you so much for the 2. Thank you for calling the stream. Guys, if you are watching over on TikTok, we are behind on the likes. Well, a little bit behind on the likes. We should already be up there. And 1 second, you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, yeah, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. How old are you?
Good. I'm an old man. I'm a Gen Xer. I don't want to tell you how old I am. Probably old enough to be your grandpa though. But hey,
Okay.
check it out. I grew up, in the '70s, kind of in a conservative environment in Utah, but my concern is this. I don't want to debate you or challenge you on anything, but my concern is the divide we have in our country. Do you think that we'll ever meet in the middle or compromise at some point?
If we have a
Or is this
president. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue. I wasn't
no,
trying to cut you off.
you're good. No, you're not. You're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. What I was going to say is if we have a president that actually talks about uniting the country together, absolutely we could. But right now, we don't have a president that even talks about reuniting the country and bringing us together as one population. Instead,
Well,
he
yeah, 'cause
divides
this
us further.
I get it. I mean, this is the way I grew up. It's like I don't agree with everything the commander in chief says. No matter who it is, there's some I disagree with more than others, but he's still or she's still our commander in chief. And never will I wish any ill will upon my president. We need to get past that. Because you go out in the world, you go to the movie, you go to a restaurant, people are people. They don't care. They're just out there with their friends, having fun with their families, whatever. None of this political crap, that's what's dividing us is the social media and the news media. I'm a firm believer it's tearing this country apart. I voted, and I won't say I'm ashamed to say, but I'll say that, I voted for President Trump the first and second time. However, I did not vote in the third election because, it was just, I didn't see what the point is. But with the caliber of candidates, it's like, what's the lesser of the two evils? You know what I mean? It's like President Trump's in the twilight of his presidency, and we have just got to, I hate to say it, endure it. And, it's, I don't like his rhetoric, and I don't like his, he is divisive. I'll admit it. I don't agree. I agree on maybe 50% of what he says, but a lot of stuff is just way out there. I'm just, with your generation, I'm just hoping that, you guys can, see a middle ground some point in the future where we can heal and move forward as a country before it rips us apart.
Okay, so I mean, again, I'm gonna go back to this. So, to be clear, when I am pointing out things that I disagree with Trump on, that I think he's done wrong, and that I think he's heading, like, leading us in the wrong direction, I don't wish ill will on any individual, especially not from violence. That's actually the last thing that I want, right? In my opinion, when somebody is killed as a through political violence, it turns them into a martyr, and nobody needs that, right? Nobody needs to have them shined in a bright light like that, right? In that way, nobody, and also nobody deserves to have their life taken at the end of the gun, and I will stand by that every time. At least, and that's my opinion. And then also there's this great quote from Theodore Roosevelt that he gave in Kansas City, Missouri in 1918, to announce that there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public. Nothing but the truth should be spoken about him or anyone else, but it is even more important to tell the truth, pleasant or unpleasant, about him than anyone else.
I totally agree with that. I'm not saying we shouldn't challenge the president. And I'm not saying, I wasn't pertaining that comment to you. I was just speaking in generality that,
No
there's
problem.
radicals on both sides of the fence. We all know that,
No
and
one
I think
disagrees
that
with that.
most people are somewhere in the middle, but we get caught up in this extreme left and extreme right rhetoric. And, I think we're addicted to reality TV because we just love the drama. So we get on social media and we just can't get enough of it. But, I just want things to calm down and, for us to be prosperous and move forward. And, I'm not saying everything's cool and, we click our heels together and spread some fairy dust on it and everything's going to be okay. We got problems. We got to work through them, but we got to tone it down. That's all I'm saying.
Then again, it starts from the top. In order to say that people need to tone it down, it starts from the top. Whereas we have Donald Trump every day on social media calling the opposition party to him the radical left lunatics, calling for the death of Democrats that are elected members of Congress, right? They're guilty of treason, sedition, that calls for capital punishment, right?
No, I'm retired military. I firmly agree that you got to lead by example. Yes, he is setting a bad example. But on the other hand, I think that's what a lot of Americans find amusing with the guy is he's reality TV star and, they can't get enough of it. But quite frankly, I'm sick of it. So I just want to get past this and get on to the next person.
Okay. So I mean, again, it's going to be that same thing though. Like you're so I'm sorry, let me circle back for a second. Did you vote in 2024?
I did not.
Are you planning on voting in your midterms?
No, it's like pointless where I live. It's so hard
state are
right
you in?
that vote wouldn't even matter because, the right
What state are you in?
conservative Republic. I retired in Missouri. I'm not from there. I'm from out west, but so don't fault me by.
Oh, you're still in Missouri, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So let's see. Missouri does have. Do you know how many congressional candidates? Or sorry, I promise we're not.
Right. We're talking over each other. That's cool. Where I live, it's all country, it's hardcore Republican. So so I guess I'm just being lazy. I don't want to take time off from work, but if I thought it really mattered, I would, but
It does matter. Here's how I know it matters, right? And they make it obvious. Trump's made it obvious, right? He wants his people to go out and vote, right? Also, Missouri, out of 8 of their congressional seats in the House, they have 2 democratically elected representatives in the House. So it's not completely red, right? The only state that's really like truly red all the way around is Oklahoma. And that's just because it's Oklahoma. I don't have anything else to say on that one. That they're red through and through. Every county went to Trump, so they're red through and through. They're literally the reddest state. They're the only state that had every county vote red. Anyway, sorry, that was a little bit of a blah 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 blah.
It's like I don't know where my allegiance lie, because I agree with the right on some things and I agree with the left on other things, so I'm probably a moderate. I could go either way, but
No, I
I'm
think
more towards the middle.
you're a bit
Yeah. So,
apathetic. You're a bit apathetic right now, and that's semi okay, semi not. So what I'm gonna, and I don't mean that as an insult, by the way. I don't. So don't take that. I'm just making
No,
a observation statement.
No, I'm a critical thinker, and I take my life experiences, and I, like immigration, for example, I don't agree with the right at all on that. But on the other hand, I don't agree on open borders. But I can go on and on, issue after issue, and some fall right, some fall left. I'm sorry, but it's the way it is.
That's fine. So what I was going to say is if your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard in all of these states to give themselves a leg up in the midterms. They wouldn't be pushing things that disenfranchise voters so hard. They wouldn't be pushing for having state police not state police, sorry, military members at the polls, right? They wouldn't be pushing for these things if your vote didn't matter. Your vote absolutely matters, and it is a level of privilege that people have in this country to think that they can just sit at home and not vote. I assume, and I'm not saying, again, I'm not trying to insult you, so please don't take it that way. I am just
I can take it.
giving you food for thought, right?
Mhm.
There are early elections that occur in every state, right? They start early, right?
Right.
You need to utilize your constitutional given right to vote in this country and just get out and do it, right? If you like, and I hate to be this person, like, you need to look up your candidates, right? If you want, I can tell you I don't, if you know do you happen to know who your representative is in Congress right now for your district?
No, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've never voted in my life. It's like, I did a good portion of my life with military, and it's like, well, commander in chief, he's the boss. I just do whatever they say. What does it matter? However, the first 2 times Trump won, I did vote. I voted for him. The 3rd time I did not vote, and we've already covered that. But I hear what you're saying, but it's
Okay, so you didn't vote before 2016.
No, never.
Okay.
Not in my
I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to check Donald Trump and the things that he's doing and the things that he's doing incorrectly, then you need to vote in your midterms. Look up your candidates. Ballotpedia is a great resource that will list every single candidate. As soon as you know your congressional district, you can literally go to, I think it's vote.org, and type in your zip code and it'll tell you what congressional district you're in. Don't give it to me over the phone. I'm just giving you advice on how to look it up. And then go to Ballotpedia and find who is campaigning. Look at their campaign websites and then go vote. Sincerely, go vote in your midterms. Vote for the person that is campaigning against Donald Trump, because Congress is our only stop to him. Whatever that looks like, whether it's impeachment or whatever, that's the only stop. So get out and vote.
Well,
Don't live in your apathy.
I think what drove me away, and I know you got other people that you need to, answer other phone calls and stuff, but I'll just leave on this. No, I think what really drove me away was the talk on Greenland and all that kind of nonsense. And Canada, it's just like, I hope Donald Trump realized, that was just a bridge too far with me. I can't take it. But, okay. Well, I appreciate your time and your open dialogue. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh yeah, they're always okay with January 6th, Triska. Sorry, I mean January 8th. If you know, you know. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen over on TikTok, and can we light up is the donuts already lit up in the gift gallery? I don't even know. Thank you for calling the stream. Oh yes, it is. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
What's going on? I'm 18.
Cool. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I'm actually independent, but I got a question for you guys. Like, I kind of supported some policies of him, and I just got a question regarding those policies.
Make it quick.
All right, so I was gonna say, in regards to illegal immigrants and deportations, where do you guys exactly stand on it? Like, do you guys not agree with the way Trump is deporting people, or do you just like you don't mind illegal immigrants in America?
Cool. So me as an individual, I believe with offering every immigrant that the right to due process and the ample time to submit a writ of habeas corpus contesting their removal. That's the part that I disagree with about the Trump administration. It's always been a law that somebody that is here undocumented is subject to deportation, but they also have the right and the ability granted to them by our United States Constitution to contest their removal in an immigration court. They're not being allotted that opportunity under this administration, which is why most people are disagreeing with it. Also, the fact that two of our citizens were, well, more than two, but two specifically were killed during peaceful protests. So.
All right, but I think I'm not too sure on the specifics exactly, but I'm pretty sure like you don't have any right to due process if you came here illegally. If you didn't come here the right way.
Incorrect. 14th Amendment says all persons.
All right, so for example, if I jump over the border, I have a right to argue why I should stay without going through the line.
14th Amendment, Section 1, Clause 2. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. Absolutely, sir, every undocumented immigrant, regardless of how they entered the United States of America, is able to and is guaranteed the right of due process, which includes being able to submit a writ of habeas corpus contesting their removal.
So they could contest their removal, and let's say they contest it.
And if they are shot down by the immigration court, then yes, they are able and should be removed.
Okay, and
but
one
they
other
have the
thing,
right to appeal.
If there are millions coming in, that's impossible for anyone to have due process. There are millions pouring in.
No, it's not.
It
is not impossible for
impossible.
everyone to have due process. It is
millions
not.
Of people, like for example, like
millions of American citizens commit crimes every single year, and they get due process every single year.
Right,
we
so
stop under the Biden administration. They stopped 8.4 million people from entering the United States. That means that they were checked. If we have the ability to check 8.4 million people and then deny them entry, mind you, the number would have been greater for those who are actually permitted to enter lawfully into the United States, right? But we stopped 8.4, the United States as a whole, 8.4 million
potential immigrants from even entering the United States of America or were found within 100 miles of the border, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we have the capacity to interview all of these people, then we absolutely also have the capacity to interview any undocumented immigrant that currently resides within the United States of America. Don't give me that bull hockey.
Well, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure like there is like a process because my parents are immigrants. They let me
Okay,
know like there's
maybe
a whole
ask them.
process behind it.
Sure, get some
I
more
did ask them.
information
Yeah,
from them.
I did ask them. Yeah, they
Yeah.
you can't just skip the line. There's a whole queue.
There is
And,
not a line. Where does the line start?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
To be
Yeah,
honest,
because there's not a
it's
line.
all online though. They just call you in. They
Nope.
call you in periodically.
There is not a
and then you have
line.
to show up.
Yeah, sir, I'm going to help you out with this. There have been people that have literally been picked up at their immigration court hearings, people that are going through the proper channels, right? That are meeting in with their USCIS representatives and checking in with them, checking in with Border Patrol, checking in with everybody that they're supposed to check in with. There were 2 individuals that were picked up from before they entered their naturalization swearing in. The process to actually become a citizen. They are ignoring the laws. They are picking up people that are doing it the right way. There is no line.
All right, so see what you just mentioned?
Nope. You said you only had one question. We went through enough, and nobody's paying me to continue to answer your questions. This is a job, guys. I'm going to be very clear, right? My labor is not given freely, or should not be given freely. Let me rephrase it that way, okay? We have a couple more super chats to go through real quick while we wait on another caller. But if you're going to say I'm only going to ask you one question, stick with one question, all right? When I say education is not free, I'm talking about me giving you education. When you ask more than one question, I'm probably going to disconnect you after a certain point. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? No one can hear you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Cool. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Nah, bigger, nigger.
Oh, you're so not cute. Thank you, Bongo, for the 20. I appreciate that so much. See, do what Bongo did. Also, like, okay. Scott says, you think with his salary, Hexeth would buy better fitting suits and less hair gel. He's got to keep it slicked back because it's not within regs if you actually just let it go haywire. So, which he's not enlisted, so that part doesn't even matter. Thank you, Deshaun, for the 5 as well. Oh, that's still up there. Thank you for calling the stream. How did you find my account in the chat, Everett? Because I forgot I didn't bring it up to the panel. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Fuck yeah.
What's he done so far that's earned your continued support?
Politics aside, I think you're ugly as shit. I think all the men in here should just leave. I think you're a waste of time, and you're about like a 4 out of 10.
Okay, so, you don't want to talk about Trump? Got it. And that is what you would call an ad hominem. Also, I don't care about your opinion. So, crazy thought process here, guys. Crazy thought process. I am not up here to be everyone's cup of tea. I don't plan to be your cup of tea. If I wanted to be your cup of tea, I'd probably be wearing different clothes. Instead, I dress the way that I choose to dress and look presentable without having to dress, I don't know, tits out.
this is comfortable for me, so I dress this way. So I'm sorry that you want to, I don't know, sexualize me in some way. It's quite weird. Thank you for calling the stream. You're doing so great with your horrible connection, my guy. Thank you for calling the stream.
I'm sorry that you.
Thank you for calling the stream.
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I don't support him. I just wanted to tell you that, like, you keep going and keep telling those people, like, yeah, just keep telling them the right.
Okay. Thank you. You have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Mia, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just making a statement. Like, I just sit here the way I do because this is comfortable for me. Aw, did I hurt your feelings, Gore? Thank you for calling the stream.
Hi.
Hi, can you turn down the stream in the background?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Awesome. And how old are you?
I'm officially 18.
Oh, okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Cool. And what date do you graduate high school?
I actually.
Yeah. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hi there.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 23.
And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
What's he done so far to earn your continued support?
Well, so far, he has done quite a lot. He has currently changed some of the wording on the oil treaties, like in the Gulf of Mexico. So the reason he changed it from the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America, is so that way he can put in some more for oil rigs to help boost this economy. So far, I am seeing some progress. I'm not seeing a lot of progress, especially with these gas and oil prices. But so far, eggs have gone down, and so far, my groceries are a lot cheaper.
How did he make the egg prices go down?
Sorry, what'd you say? My dogs
How
are
did he
barking.
make the egg prices go down? Did he solve the avian flu?
I don't understand what the avian flu has to do with the price of eggs. When
Because
originally
that's
what
what
happened was
pause.
what happened.
I can
What
pause.
happened?
Pause.
No,
I can answer that.
you asked me a
Pause.
question.
Okay. No, I'm
You
trying
asked
to
me a question.
explain. I'm trying to explain further because you said I don't know what the avian flu has to do with everything. The avian flu is why the price of eggs increased in the first place because they had a cull infected chickens. So there was a reason. So the only way you can say that Donald Trump or draw the correlation causation between Donald Trump and the price of eggs going down is if you say or can show how Donald Trump solved and eradicated the avian flu within the chickens.
Fair point. And here's my counter argument to that. When they had decided to get rid of most of the eggs because of the avian flu, Donald Trump had, as far as I'm aware, he had decided that maybe it was time to give a break to some of the farmers. He decided that it was a good idea to lower some of the taxes on them. And so far, it seems to be working. And also the fact that it's much easier now to get some of the products from places than before. Now, I'm not saying he's God. Trust me, if he were, where everything would be perfect, everything would be fixed. But right now, there are things that really need to be worked on. And quite honestly,
To be clear,
I look
Donald
forward
Trump
to seeing
didn't,
some of those changes.
yeah, Donald Trump didn't lower taxes for farmers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And why did my father get a tax break?
Because everybody got one, sir. That was a part of the One Big Beautiful Bill where they temporarily cut the tax rate by 2% and then extended it, right? I don't know what your father got because even then, like, even according to Donald Trump's own .gov website from the Treasury, the only two tax cuts that were extended to farmers were permanent enhanced death tax exemption. So if somebody died, right, then they don't get a tax penalty for passing the family farm on. And then the capital gains deferral for farmland sales for new farmers. So this isn't anything like it includes this purchase of a new farm. But yes, tax returns were up slightly for most people this year. That's nothing new.
Okay. Also, speaking of taxes, he did, in his big, beautiful bill, implement no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, which I am seeing the overtime in like paychecks between, what was it, December, or yeah, end of December versus January. Really big difference there.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're not getting an income tax on your halftime for overtime?
Yeah, I'm not being taxed for my overtime.
I would need proof of that because that's not even what the tax bill says, the One Big Beautiful Bill says when it comes to overtime. Because what it does, right, is it offers a tax deduction when you file your taxes. You still literally have taxes coming out of your overtime pay based off of just based off of whatever your withholdings are, right? So a tax deduction, what that does is gives you a dollar for dollar match saying that, okay, I made this money, but it doesn't count towards my taxable income. It's not a credit, it's a deduction. It basically reduces your tax burden owed potentially to the US government. And you only see a difference if it drops you a tax bracket. It doesn't give you back money otherwise. But you literally still have taxes coming out of your overtime because that's not included in the law.
Okay. Thank you for informing me of that. One thing that I also am seeing out of Donald Trump, I'm not fully supporting this, but it has to do with some of the actions in Iran. It was very scary hearing the fact that, especially given the history of the Ayatollah, looking at 9/11, the fact that
Iran had nothing to do with 9/11. Why is this coming up? They had nothing to do with 9/11. This is the second time I've heard it tonight. Where is this coming from? Who said this in the news recently?
Okay, that one was on me. My fault. Let me correct myself.
Well, it's not just you. Somebody else said it today. So
organizations like the Ayatollah. Let me correct myself there. Like the Ayatollah.
The Ayatollah isn't an organization. It's a government.
Then why does no NATO nation recognize it?
No NATO nation recognizes Iran as a government? They have a representative in the United Nations, which means they're recognized by NATO. They are a recognized country. They have a representative.
As a terrorist organization.
No, they're recognized as a country. They have a United Nations appointed representative.
No Middle Eastern country can be a part of NATO anyways, by the way. It's literally limited to European countries being the new people that get added in. The only exceptions are the United States and Canada.
United Nations. You said that they aren't. They don't include people in. Correct. In the Middle East.
NATO doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say United Nations. But anyway, the point I was trying to bring up is that terrorist organizations that form in the Middle East are being taken down and were being funded directly by Iran. And they were going to support them with a nuclear weapon. I'm glad to see that that nuclear weapon is gone.
They don't have a nuclear weapon. They never had a
Right,
nuclear
because
weapon.
they got rid of it.
No.
They got rid of it before it
Nope.
could
They
become a
never
nuclear
got,
weapon.
they didn't get rid of it. They just never had a nuclear weapon. They had maintained a 60% enrichment level for the past 5 years, which we confirmed, which the IAEA, an internationally recognized body that monitors this information, had reported on and confirmed even after the JCPOA was treated like it was toilet paper, that they only had 60% enrichment. And then even the director of the IAEA said, well, yes, it is concerning that they reached a 60% level of enrichment of uranium. They did not believe that Iran was ever planning on obtaining a nuclear weapon. This does not occur.
Do you know how much uranium enrichment is needed just to make a U-235 missile? 3 to 5%. 3 to 5% is how
In
much
order,
is
yes,
needed.
they have enough. They have enough uranium
So they had
to
60%.
make. They have enough uranium to make a dirty bomb. That you said nuclear weapon. So why are we shifting the goalpost?
I'm not shifting the goalpost.
You are. You said nuclear
are,
weapon. You said they're about to have a nuclear weapon, and then now you're talking about a specific kind of bomb that could be made with lesser amount of enriched uranium. That's called shifting the goalpost, sir. Okay? In order to have an actual nuclear weapon, you have to have reached 90% enrichment. They were at most 60% level, which is only enough for a dirty bomb.
I'm looking at it.
What's the title and what's from who? Title and who?
World Nuclear Association. If you let me fucking speak.
What's the title?
Uranium enrichment. Most nuclear reactors are light water reactors of PW and BWR requires a uranium to reach 0.07% and to 3 to 5% U-235 in their fuel.
It's talking about fuel, not a nuclear weapon. Bro.
You're awesome.
That's what got you to hang up? It's for a nuclear reactor. That's what got you to hang up? Not that you lied about your overtime not being taxed. Not that you said, I don't know, that Iran did 9/11. For fuck's sake. Thanks for calling the stream. Hi, how are you?
You look like the mom.
Yeah, also, yeah, good point, Neely. Thanks for the reminder. What does the avian flu have to do with the price of eggs? Hi, Mia. That's what got you? Let's see, where did I leave off here? Deshaun, thank you again for the 5. If I haven't already said thank you. Scott, damn, I've had Trump visiting my toilet bowl quite often, but luckily I've been able to flush him away. Scott, you're hilarious. And yes, Rosa, that's exactly how we got voter apathy. I agree. The audacity to expect you to educate them for free with knowledge they plan to disregard anyway, it literally hurts my brain. I'm sorry, but thank you, Rosa, for the $4.99 to make up for it. The caller was a complete utter winker. This wasn't the last guy. This was the previous caller, which I don't even remember what I talked to him about. I guess the new MAGA script has come out. Seriously, who is coming up with their talking points? Jesus fucking Christ. Why do they refuse to understand the stages of enrichment and what happens at each level? I don't know, Moose, but thank you so much for the New Zealand 10. Thank you for calling the stream. Hello. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh my God, yes I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Fuck no. I just need to say a few things because it is very often that I just happen to fall onto your screen and like see you just going off on these dumbass boys. And I just want to say thank you so much. You are doing whoever's God's work, and I appreciate it so much. I love just landing on your stream and hearing you do this because this is really important. They're all really stupid, and I hope that they all get some common sense and figure out what the fuck they're doing. Because it makes no sense what's going on. This is really traumatizing, and I think that people are really just following stupid ass logic and being chickens, basically. That's what I think about a lot of Trump supporters is that, you know, they're like chickens. They follow where the food is, and most of the time it's just dirt. Like, but I appreciate you so much. That's all I wanted to say. You're beautiful. That dude who told you you're ugly is probably fucking 400 pounds, and you're gorgeous. And I am so happy that I land on this stream so often. I followed you. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for doing
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, not trying to be mean. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I am 20.
20. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I'm not.
Okay, thanks, man. Sorry, guys. And Ryan, I saw your message. That was funny. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, how old are you?
22.
And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
Oh. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
7.
6, 7. We'll do that. I can give it back. Okay. All right, guys. Dolphin, are you in here still or no? I don't know for sure if I should expect you to be. Okay, I don't see you in here. 22 and still doing Killian. You already said no. Why would I answer you again? Thank you for calling the stream.
You're awesome.
Y'all do so much. Thank you, Chime, for the 99. And then Crow coming in with the 10, saying, really good job, Ari. Deflecting the dumb is tough work. You are super smart and awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the $9.99. I do appreciate that. Ha, nerds. Thank you for calling the stream.
You're awesome.
Hey, we talked earlier. Sorry to bother you, but after that guy pertaining to Iran, I just got to understand what is everybody's opposition against what we're doing in Iran. They've been an issue for 47 years. I mean, they've taken our hostages. I mean, I was over in Iraq 4 times, and they killed plenty of Americans with their, IEDs and Iranian snipers. And I mean, what is the problem with us finishing the job over there? I don't understand why everybody's in an uproar taking Iran out when it should have happened a long time ago. To be
Because
honest,
it's illegal. It's a direct violation of the United States Constitution. It's a violation of the War Powers Act, and it's illegal. If it was done properly, it would have been cycled through Congress. Instead, he said, "Let me go ahead and just say, oh, what's that? The Constitution? Nah, forget that. Oh, Congress? Nah, I got the majority, but nah, I don't need them to declare war at all. We're just gonna go on. Also, we're the ones that caused the for people that forget this, we're the reason the Islamic Revolution even occurred in 1979. The United States is the reason. I am not saying that Iran is good. I'm not saying that the Ayatollah is good. I am not saying the IRGC is good. They're all shitty. They've done horrible things, just like the United States has done horrible things to our own people and the Middle East, right?
You're right.
In
But
1953, look up Project Ajax.
I already
Actually,
have. What about?
Oh, you already have, so then you should know how we set them on this path.
Well, you got to say, how many times can they say death to America? And
Why do they say death to America? No, they're very clear in what they mean. It's death to the American government. It's death to the Yes, it is. It is. Look it up. If you know about Project Ajax, if you say that you know about Project Ajax, you should know more than that. It is about down with the American government. They've made it very clear that they're not against the American people. It is the American government and the United States imperialism that continues even in the 21st century for some ungodly known reason. Do some more research. You haven't looked it up enough if you are still questioning what they mean. If you really know about Project Ajax.
You live under the umbrella and you have the entitlements of what you just said provides. Okay. Without that, you could be living in a third world somewhere, and I guarantee you
the United States is a third world country with the way that we treat our citizens and how many people starve every single year.
Nobody in America is the fattest country.
We have 250,000 American citizens that die of malnutrition on their death certificate every single year. 250,000 people die of malnutrition. That is starvation. Donald Trump, and I know you're not a Trump supporter, I'm going to point this out to you anyways. 2.4 million American citizens were stripped away from their SNAP benefits. Even more, the other 40 million had their SNAP benefits reduced. Some are still waiting for their SNAP benefits to even be approved that they had for ages. We are now facing another unique level of food insecurity within the United States of America. We have rural hospitals closing down as a result of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Again, I know you're not a Trump supporter, but I don't want to hear anybody saying that the United States doesn't have people that can starve. And absolutely, just so you know, fat people can fucking starve to death too, because they also suffer from malnutrition, because usually they are fat because they are not getting the necessary nutrients. It's not as simple as overeating. It's eating the wrong kinds of food and not getting the nutrients that you actually need to sustain and survive. Fat people can still starve to death or die from malnutrition. It is not difficult to find that can actually happen. You don't know enough. Please don't say things.
Right. They shouldn't be able to buy Oreos and Gatorades and chocolate.
Stop making it so cheap. Make healthy food cheap. Make healthy food cheap. The solution is to make healthy food cheap, not to limit what they can buy, because they've already had their amount that they can receive reduced to a heavy amount. Significantly reduced. They've made it harder to obtain SNAP for people that actually need it.
How did we go from Iran to SNAP? I'm not even talking about SNAP. I was talking about Iran. I mean, we don't need it, obviously you're passionate.
I said the United States is a third world country because you're like, they're a third world country. I was like, no, we are. And then we went into it.
There are places that can be. you know. But America gives everyone the opportunity to
No, the United
succeed.
States is a third world country. We would not give everyone the opportunity. If we gave everyone the opportunity, everyone would start off at the exact same level. They don't. They don't. They don't. The United States does not start. The United States does not start our population, our citizenry at the exact same level. Not everybody has the exact same opportunities. We are not all treated equal in the United States, or we'd all start at the exact same level playing field. We do not. People do not have the same opportunities as everyone else. You're telling me that an 18-year-old that has, I don't know, an ACT score of 26, but grew up in an impoverished neighborhood in, let's just say, fucking, I don't know, rural Alabama, has the
Okay.
exact same opportunities as Elon Musk kids.
You're going way extreme. Let's
No,
just
I'm
talk
explaining it to you. I'm drawing a parallel. You want to say that everybody has presented the exact same opportunities in the United States of America? Then square that circle.
I did not say the same. I said they have the opportunity.
No, you said the
to-
same. You said they have,
Okay.
everybody has the same opportunities in the United States. Cool. Square the circle. Tell me how,
You're
tell me how an 18-year-old from rural Alabama with, a decent ACT score out of 32, or is it 36? I don't remember, of 26 has the exact same opportunities as Elon Musk kids and rural Alabama coming from impoverished. Like, let's just say their family makes $30,000 a year. Cool. They have
Okay.
the exact same opportunities as Elon Musk's sons or daughters? No, they don't. Thank you. I'm not. I don't even want to hear that bullshit. It is so dumb. Hey, MT, the bubble, you're still wrong. It's Iran. I'm not saying Iran. I'm saying Iran. Sorry, you're not listening. But thank you for the 199. It's Iran. ERON. I just happen to roll my R's.
You're awesome.
Can't help it. It actually takes effort for me to do it. Oh, somebody asked this earlier, so thank you, Red Donkey, for this. Okay. Somebody works in a nuclear facility, and this is what I was telling the other guy. Power reactors use 3 to 4% enrichment. Yeah, for somebody that was asking about what fuel, it's nuclear fuel for power reactors that use that much, like the low enrichment levels. But yes, little boy dumb used 100 kilograms, 80% enriched. Was at JCPOA compliant levels, and Trump certified that before exiting. Yeah. The only person that's ever utilized or enacted parts of the JCPOA was, in fact, Iran. It was them. They're the only ones that have been like, hey, somebody fucked up. They're not doing things that they're supposed to be doing. You fucked up. Fix it, review it. And then of course, they didn't. So there's that. Thank you for calling the stream. Okay, bye, kid. I did hear your voice in the background. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
22 over you.
Doing well. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. What's he done so far that's earned your continued support?
I'd more try to understand why you don't support him. More than
I don't
likely.
support a president that actively goes against articles and amendments of the United States Constitution. I wouldn't think that would be difficult.
What makes you believe that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because, in fact, the Supreme Court has ruled against him and declared that he has, in fact, violated articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, specifically Article 1, Section 8, about the power of taxation being delegated solely to Congress.
And you find that implemented for any sort of reason, or has he actually been acted upon anything? Beyond its,
In order for the
allegations?
Supreme Court to rule against him, he had to have enacted and actively tried to violate the Constitution, which, again, our international trade courts have also found that even his new tariffs are still violating that section of the Constitution. So when I'm saying actively violating the Constitution, that's part of what I mean. The other part is, again, he's violating his
powers to declare war. That's only Congress that's able to declare war or even authorize an extended use of our military force. Donald Trump has violated the War Powers Act because he didn't have an imminent threat that was facing the United States in order to bomb Iran. And he definitely didn't have the go-ahead to bomb and kill 168 schoolgirls in Manab.
Beyond prejudice, allegations, and disbelief, you really believe any of that?
Oh,
Well,
yes. Who has tomahawks?
Us, absolutely. As
Oh, the United
Americans and
States,
our
yeah.
empire, we
So
absolutely
great.
do.
So
But you know who we supply? We supply foreign countries
Iran
those.
doesn't have
We sell
tomahawks.
them by the
Yet it was
thousand.
Tomahawk missiles that struck the school. And by the way, our United States intelligence has already confirmed.
Okay, but beyond that, these are all allegations at the end of the day.
They're not allegations. We bombed a school girl.
Absolutely.
We bombed a school in
Okay.
Manab, Iran. We committed a war crime by targeting a
You don't think what Iran's doing to
non-military
us and
target. I'm just letting you know. I'm sorry. Finish that statement, actually.
it's like a biased, prejudiced belief that what we're doing over in Iran is not, counterintuitive and counteracting
It's
what's actually
illegal.
going on in the real world.
It's illegal. It
It's
is
illegal.
against,
Okay.
yes, it is against the Constitution and it is against the War Powers Act. In order for Donald Trump to reasonably say that he somehow bombed Iran legally, he would have had to prove that they were a credible, imminent threat. They have not fulfilled the necessary requirements for I believe it's the Catherine Doctrine in order to show that there was an imminent threat.
What provides us the belief to actually counteract some sort of terrorist organization that Iran has? And what makes you believe that we have to wait until something actually beyond that happens, until we start being
Our laws,
not counteracted, but
laws,
proactive
the Constitution, laws. We are bound by law. We are bound by international law. We are bound by United States law.
Our United States laws, in fact, say that we have to have a clear and imminent threat before we take a decisive military preventative action. Cannot be imminent, right? If we are doing something that is a preventative, or what was the word you used? I don't know, but they just did it beforehand. Then it's no longer imminent. If we attack them, like there are very limited circumstances that we can do it first, right? And that's already laid out. Fantastic. Do some research. We committed war crimes. The actions taken on Iran are, in fact, illegal. It has violated Article 1 of the United States Constitution, giving the full authority of Congress to declare war. It has also violated the War Powers Act because even Donald Trump himself in his own fucking speeches have said that they weren't an imminent threat. Cool. You're doing so great. You're doing so great here. Why do I believe that international powers have an authority over us? Well, I don't know, maybe because we signed on to the Geneva Conventions and we absolutely violated the Geneva Conventions by having a school, a civilian. We had a civilian target. We violated the Geneva Convention.
How many U.S. citizens have they actually hit and endangered and injured? Have you done any research on that?
Are you talking about the 14 United States soldiers that died as a result of Donald Trump? And again, that's not an imminent threat. You are now moving the goalpost or throwing out a red herring, actually, in this case. Can you stay on topic?
No, I'm asking
Can you stay on topic? No, sweetie, you're not. You're throwing in a red herring that has nothing to do with it. Them having facilitated paying terrorist organizations that have therefore then killed United States soldiers, which is absolutely horrible, okay? That is not an imminent threat. You need to go look up what an imminent threat is because you are lacking in the knowledge thereof, okay? And absolutely, Kilo, it is pronounced Aaron. You don't know enough to have this conversation. You just don't. You don't know what an imminent threat is. You don't know what facilitates as an imminent threat. Them killing, right, people
decades ago is not an imminent threat. If it were an issue, then prior presidents should have done it when it occurred. They didn't. 47 years. No longer an imminent threat. You're doing great. So great. You're like doing so fantastic here right now. Let's see. People are just like, they just don't know what any of our laws are, and yet then they try to speak on these things like somehow they know what they mean when they absolutely do not. And let me see if I remember, is it let's see. Trying to remember if it's or is it? That's what it is. It's Caroline. My bad. We'll go ahead and I keep saying Catherine and I keep meaning Caroline. I need to fix that. Need to remind myself what that is.
You're awesome.
Yeah. So, two-prong test, an imminent, urgent threat with no alternatives. There were absolutely alternatives to us bombing Iran because guess what? Donald Trump kept saying that we were in negotiations, and every time we were in negotiations with them, we bombed them anyways. The response must not be unreasonable or excessive. Oh, what both of which it were. It was absolutely unreasonable and excessive to have now killed, I think we're up to 1,300 citizens, civilians of Tehran and Iran. I pretty sure I said Catherine Crow. I might have said Caroline and then looked up Catherine. Heck, I don't know, but it is the Caroline test. And there were alternatives because Iran had expressed very clearly that they wanted to negotiate and they were okay with coming to an agreement. They had been pushing to renegotiate terms of the JCPOA since Donald Trump tore it up and shat on it in 2018, which he had 2 years to then replace it. He didn't. And now all we're doing is going to get a worse version of the JCPOA with anything that he comes up with. So he's doing great, right? Like so fantastic. And again, like you're going to be fully incapable of telling me what the imminent urgent threat was with zero alternatives.
Anyone that threatens us at the end of the day, what do you mean with
Oh, okay. Great. With zero alternatives. You failed. Exactly as I predicted. You failed. There were alternatives. That's called negotiations and coming up with signed agreements that's then recognized and charted on with the United Nations, just like the JCPOA. And yet, Iran was in fact negotiating with the United States of America when we bombed them. Oman, the country that was hosting the delegates from the United States and from Iran, had said that they thought that the meetings were going great. The representative that went there from Iran also said that they thought the meeting went well and that they were on a way to a mutually beneficial agreement. So there was, in fact, an alternative to it, which is why I said that the imminent threat that they're claiming doesn't pass the Caroline test, which the United States is beholden to. You see how you failed? Great. Thank you. You're so great. Doing awesome. Rad said it's also important to note that reactors make vital medical isotopes, and Iran is a significant signatory to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which guarantees the use of nuclear reactors for power and medical industrial isotopes. Yeah, I know, but people never know that. They never know that. So, just pointing that out. Anyway, unless you're paying me, I'm tired of giving you free education.
It's not free education.
Okay. It is. You're not paying me for your time. What am I not doing, Mia? What am I not doing? Okay. I lost my train of thought for a second. But again, like, let's be clear. You guys have never heard of the Caroline. Most of you, okay, most of you have never heard of the Caroline test before. I'm sure I have informed most of you to go look up something eventually. All right? That kid, because I believe he said he was 23. He's younger than me. I'm calling him a kid. Called in and didn't know anything but wanted to bring it up. Like he knew something. Please stop. Please stop. If you don't know something, perhaps don't speak on it. All right? I know you're doing so well, Diaz. You're doing so great. You're doing so great. So great. So great. Scott says, "Who keeps calling me awesome? I'm starting to blush." Oh yeah, the sound from Streamlabs sending that out, being like, "Hello, you've sent a super chat. You're awesome." I agree. You are. Thank you, Scott. Okay. YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end over there for you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm tired of all the troll callers. So also I'm a little bit past my time from when I would normally end. So I'm going to end here. Let's see, we can send you guys over to here. All right. Y'all have a good night over on YouTube. If you are new, I haven't said this once all stream. Guys, if you're new here and you haven't hit that follow or that subscribe button, why haven't you done that yet?